in peace. So we just wanted to kind of get together. I know we did this, I guess, last week. My days running together. I apologize. My head's kind of like, I usually am pretty organized, but lately, oh, holy cow, it's just kind of been like complete whirlwind. So I don't even know what day it is. And so you just have to bear with me. But we did a Zoom a couple nights ago or a week ago, and there wasn't very many people on. So I appreciate you guys logging in and getting on because, you know, Chad and Amanda are super passionate about this. They're so excited. They want to help you guys. And I do too. So whatever we can do, we want to do. So just getting on, like Brian and Michael always say, 90% of life is showing up. So showing up to these kind of things, trainings and Zooms and all of that is just, you know, it's just good for business. If you want to grow, and this is just part of it, you have to do these things, even though it takes time out of our night and we're kind of busy with kids and families and dinner. If at all possible that you can get on these, get on, because I know it's beneficial. So I appreciate your time because I know your time is valuable. And we've been running like crazy. This team is like literally on fire and not sitting still. So I know a lot of you have been working nonstop, which I really do appreciate. And just wanted to say it doesn't go unnoticed. And I know it doesn't go unnoticed to Chad and Amanda as well. So we want to equip you guys. A lot of you are new, super new. So we want to get you off to a great start. And if you know what your expectations are and you know what you're supposed to do, you'll be successful. So if you don't know and you're just kind of like looking around thinking, oh gosh, what do I do? You probably won't be successful. So we want to give you the tools to get you running straight out of the gate. So you're finding quick and fast success like all of these people who have been in for the last month or so. First things first, if you've ordered an experience pack and it's not here yet, I apologize for that. I can tell you that corporate is doing absolutely everything to get those packages out and correct. When you have a holiday, number one, that's the first little thing that slows everything down. And then you have a sale in the magnitude that we had, that just throws a complete wrench in everything. Even when you're prepared, you're never prepared for that. I mean, they had record numbers of sales. So you had all these orders coming in. We do not ship on weekends. So if you order on a Friday, if it's not a holiday, your order won't even process till Monday, just so you guys are aware of that. So it's not really processing the day you order. It's typically processed the next business day. So a lot of people are confused by that. But you have to imagine thousands and thousands of orders coming in one day. So they're not all going to get processed on that day. So I always just, for a good, good way to think, just think if you order on a Monday, it's not really processed till Tuesday. If you order on a Friday, it's not processed till Monday. So ground shipping is usually 5 days, maybe more. That's just how ground shipping is. I live in Florida and it's only coming from Dallas, and it takes a good 5 business days for it to get here. So I personally always do 2-day shipping. It's not that much more. But again, I'll be right there. It's 2 business days. And remember, it's not the day you order, it's the day after that it processes. So just so we're clear about that. But I promise you, if you have an experience pack or family pack or a product at all, it is coming. So don't wait for it to come. Like, my best advice is don't sit and wait for your samples to get here. Be proactive and have all those samples sold before they even get in. So right now, if you've ordered product and you're waiting, your job is to get as many people in front of the campfire video as possible. You guys should still be proactively trying to get some people ordering samples, because you can take their orders, you can get people to PayPal you, you can even collect money. And that way they're super excited, and as soon as you get those in hand, you're just out delivering them instead of spending 2 or 3 days unloading them. Does that make sense? So that's what everyone should be doing right now if you're sitting and waiting for samples. So if you didn't come in on an experience pack, that's okay. We know that not everybody can do that, and that's just the way it is. We wanted you to get in where you fit in. So you're still, right now, your job is to get as many people in front of the campfire video as possible. Like, that campfire video is going to be your biggest tool in this business. It doesn't seem like it. Like, to me, I was like, okay, what else do I need to do? Like, I was like, that's not really enough, right? It really, truly is. If you can get as many people to watch that video, it opens the door for communication. So if I send someone that campfire video and they send me a message back and say, wow, that was really interesting, I would like to try that, but I have Crohn's. Can I use that if I have Crohn's? They've just opened the door for me to put them in a three-way conversation without asking or saying anything to make it weird and awkward. Okay, so they asked me, can I take this product if I have Crohn's? So without even saying anything, I just add Michael in the conversation, and I say, hey, Susie Q, I know you said that you wanted to try this product, but you had Crohn's. I put Michael in here because he knows all things keto, and he can answer that, and I can't. So then Michael and that person have a conversation. I'm there, and I'm watching and observing, and it wasn't awkward and weird. I didn't have to say, well, want to have a three-way with my upline? We can talk about product, blah, blah, blah. That makes it awkward and weird, and no one wants to do it. They're like, yeah, I'm too busy. I don't know. No, it's fine. But if they ask a question and you don't even hesitate and you just throw Amanda and Chad in there, or your sponsor or me or somebody else, it's third-party validation, and it's a smooth transition for them to come back and forth and ask questions. So your job, and this is going to sound weird, your job is to not answer questions. You should never be responding to a message, ever, without putting someone in the conversation, whether it's a sideline partner, an upline, you know, Michael, Natalie, or Casey, me, someone, okay? We don't want you to be the message. You are the messenger. So even if you know the answer, if someone says, hey, can I take this while I'm breastfeeding or nursing? We all know you can, but we don't want you to say, yeah, you can. We want you to initiate that three-way conversation because it opens up the opportunity for third-party validation and for someone like me or Michael or Natalie to kind of close and make sure that you get a sale or you get your promoter. Okay, so that's just duplication of what works. I am a Champ 7 and I still do that. Even though I know all this because it's been drilled in my head for 10, 11 weeks, I can answer this stuff in my sleep. I don't answer it. I put Michael in or Natalie or Casey in every single time still, right? And it works. And so that's what Amanda and Chad did to get everybody on their team in. And so they did the same thing. They knew the answer, but they opened the message up so we could conversate and have that ping pong back and forth. It just works, so we're asking you to duplicate it. That takes the pressure off of you, so you don't have to be an expert on ketones. You don't have to be an expert on the compensation plan. You just have to be an expert on bringing someone into the conversation. I mean, how simple is that, right? So basic. So that's an easy, duplicatable task. So once you do that, that's the connect part, right? Because you've sent them the video. That's the first and foremost. Watch. That's our first skill set, is watch. Utilizing that campfire video. Connecting is connecting with someone else or a tool. You're connecting your friends or family with one of us or a Zoom call. You can, you know, it can be a Zoom, it can be a three-way, it can be a phone call, you know, some other tool so they can get some third-party validation. And then the ultimate goal, the end result, is for them to experience the product. If that's a sample, a 5-day sample, awesome. If they go to your website and order, awesome. So that's the goal in this, is to get someone that you've talked to or showed the campfire video to try and experience the product. Forgive me, I'm like been talking for days. So really, that is the simplest duplicatable system that I've ever seen in network marketing. Like, there is no secret sauce. There's nothing that you have to like get a super awesome skill set. You don't have to be savvy with your words. You don't have to know big words. You don't have to know everything keto. You don't have to know anything keto, to be quite honest. You can work this business and move up the ranks and never know a thing about ketones and ketosis, or, you know, the scientific part, even the compensation plan, until way, way into your business, until you can sit back and be like, whew, I got to Champ 6 and now I can like relax, and now I've learned a lot because I've listened for a month or two, right? I wouldn't know what I know now had I tried to be the messenger or the message. If I had not been quiet for 10 weeks, I would not 100% not be Champion 7. It was a struggle for me, I'll be really honest, in the beginning, because that's not how that's not what I thought I needed to do. So I came in thinking that I needed to do all the work. I needed to conversate. I needed to have my cheat sheets and be like, oh crap, okay, I think it was this or that. Yeah, I can do it with this or that. Yeah, and I'd conversate back and forth, because that's what you usually do, right? You are the tool. You're the message and the messenger. You're giving information. Here, no, we never want you to do that. We want you to just to say, hey, I don't know, let me grab so-and-so, or grab so-and-so and then say, hey, I just wanted to make sure you got all of your questions answered. Here is Michael, here is Kelly. They know a lot more than I do. You know what the number one best thing about that is that when you are doing that, that person says, man, I could totally do this. She didn't know the answer, but she just got someone else in the conversation, and now I know. So they're thinking, I could totally do that. If you're giving them all this awesome medical, scientific answers and you're answering everything, they're probably thinking, holy heck, Stacy's so smart. Like, I don't know any of that stuff. Like, I can't share this business. Like, I wouldn't be successful because Stacy's super smart, right? So we don't want you to do that. We want you to be, we say KISS, keep it stupid simple, as possible. That is your goal. And I promise you that it will duplicate down and it will bring results. So that's the basics of this business. Watch, connect, experience, and keep it stupid simple. So if you're waiting on samples, shoot that campfire video to everyone you know. Everyone in your family, all your friends, all your church people, all your workout buddies, whoever's in your network, in your life, get them in front of that campfire video. And then tomorrow, Amanda and Chad and I should be in 50 three-way chats. So do you understand that concept? So every day, I'm in hundreds of Facebook chats, literally. But that I want to do that because as I'm thrown in there, I add Michael, or I add Natalie, or I add Casey. And so I'm not always having to do all the work. There's a few other people in there. But it lets me know who's doing something. It lets me know, okay, so-and-so, Holly's gotten me into 5 three-way chats today. She's going to hit GoPro by the end of the week. Or, you know what, Diane just joined. I'm in 10 three-way chats. She's going MVP this week. I know because they're in activity. If you come to me and you say, I'm struggling, I can't get anybody to order, I can't get anybody to join, I'll say, well, I haven't seen one three-way chat from you. So what are you doing to get people to watch the campfire video or to look at what you have? And they don't have an answer. Don't complicate this. It's so easy. It's so basic. So don't think that you have to do it by yourself. That's the premise of Prove It, is teamwork. And so we really, really mean it. Like, we want you to keep us busy. When I very first joined, Casey and Natalie were telling me like how this works and everything else. And Casey said the same thing. She's like, well, I felt really bad in the beginning. I kept saying, Natalie, I don't want to bother Natalie, or, I didn't want to always continuously put them in chats when I was kind of understanding. And Natalie called her out and said, look, if you're not getting me in chats, you're going to make me mad because you're not utilizing me. So you're not bugging me and you're not bothering me if you're getting me into conversations. You're bugging me and bothering me if you're not. Okay, so just remember that. Like, every day, all day, your job is to get us, the Wests and me and Natalie, Michael, Casey, all into three-way conversations. Whether that's a phone call for you, if you're a phone person, great, get me on the phone. If you're a Facebook person, it's just easier for you, which these days people love Facebook chat. It's something that they don't have to stop what they're doing. They can do it as they work, all of those things. So yes, so you don't have to ask. So just like I said, if you're having a conversation at 8 o'clock in the morning and you're talking to your best friend about ketones and she asks a question, you're just gonna put me in it. If you're on your phone, on the top of your phone, you click the name. And it's going to let you say add participant or something like that. You can do it from your iPhone or Android. You can do it from your laptop. So you can do it from anywhere. And you're just going to add me or add Amanda or Chad or whoever your sponsor is. You're going to add those people. Now, if you add, let's say, Holly's your upline, and you add Holly, and she's not totally comfortable, she's going to add Amanda. But let Holly add Amanda, right? Because Amanda's like, okay, Holly's like, Amanda's my upline. I know she knows more about it. So-and-so put me in the chat. I'm going to throw Amanda in there to back me up. That's okay too. If we have 2 or 3 people in a chat, no big deal. Holly's going to say, hey, this is my friend Amanda. She knows all things keto, and I know she can help you get those questions answered. Simple. It's not weird. It's not awkward. It just, you get the person's question answered and you move on from there. I say that this is duplicatable because I've seen it for 10 weeks. So it works. I would not be doing it if it didn't work. I would have said, okay, this isn't working. We need to do something else. But it truly is working. It's been consistently duplicated. And so that's why we want you to continue to duplicate it and make it super, super easy. Let me just check this chat real quick. Yeah, so if you have a group of people, or you have a friend or whatever, and they're like, you know that they're like, okay, I have like 10 questions. I'm super excited about this. Like, I totally want to do it, but like, I have a list of questions. Then you're going to say, okay, awesome. Then you're going to set up something. Say, okay, I would love to get you on a Zoom so you can face-to-face with Kelly and Amanda and Chad. That way you can get to know them. You can kind of see who they are. That would be a great place to do a Zoom. Yeah, we can do Zooms with 2-3 people. It doesn't have to be 50 people. If you have, 3 of your best friends and they're interested, but they have a lot of questions, maybe they're super skeptical, utilize a Zoom. I mean, it's a free app. Anyone can have it. They can do it from their mobile device or their home computer. It's just really convenient and it works. People like to see who they're talking to. They like to get a feel of who they are and a sense of who they are. And Zoom is a great place to do that. So if they've done a three-way chat and they still have tons of questions, or let's say they watch the video and they say, oh my gosh, okay, I totally want to do this, but I'm just so worried I can't make any money. Or what if that's a big investment? And they have questions about the comp plan, get them on a Zoom. We can do 50 Zooms a day if y'all want. You know why? Because they're like 10, 15 minutes. They don't have to be an hour. They can come in, I can explain the experience pack, we can talk about, compensation plan for a minute, and then that's it. We say, okay, are you ready to jump on board? And, we just close them. It doesn't have to be an hour-long conversation. If it ends up being an hour, that's okay. If they want to talk about product, whatever, Zooms are great to utilize. So the fact that we are the fastest growing team in Prove It right now, we're utilizing Zooms in 3 ways, and other people aren't. Okay, everybody's calling me like, what is Zoom? I see you guys are Zooming all the time. What is this? So we're setting the trend. We're starting people doing this system, and they have been here a year and have never utilized 3-way conversations or Zooms. So, this is just a huge tool that a lot of us have been using. And so we're kind of setting the pace for the entire company because now they're all doing them. So it's a big deal. It works. That's why people are wanting to adapt it. Your first 2 goals, other than selling your samples? Yes, I will surely do that. Someone said, can you post a family tree so we know the order of who to ask? The great thing about Prove It is that we have I had to brag on our line because we have, we're in Rutherford's line, and Michael Rutherford is direct to the company. So we have a superstar lineup of uplines. Jared Maidenberg, Mitch Newman, Mikey V, Mike Beal. I mean, we have a lot of people in our line, and they're all amazing, and they're all willing to help. So even if you can't get me or Casey or Natalie or Michael, there's other people that you can utilize, and I'll kind of write that up and maybe give a list, and you guys can follow them on Facebook. A lot of them have 5,000 bazillion people already friends with them, so you can't friend request them, but you can follow them. So you can always get to know them and kind of see what they're posting and what they're all about. So yes, that's a good idea. I'll definitely do that. I can tell you that Michael is in California, so I know a lot of us are in different time zones. I'm obviously Eastern, so I'm the latest one. So it's 7, I think, in California or something when it's 10 here. So there's a time difference. So sometimes if you put Michael in a chat, maybe it's 5 o'clock in the morning there, it's 8 o'clock here. So if he doesn't respond right away, he will. There's never been a time I've had a chat that he has not responded to me. And I might just mention that to someone. Hey, I know it's super early. It's 8 o'clock. I just put Michael in this conversation. He's in California, so give him a minute to respond because he's really awesome, and I want him to answer your question. Just something simple like that. So after you're getting, your first step is the campfire video, getting your samples out the door, which always happens super fast. And the next 2 things that you do are pivotal and monumental, and you want to duplicate immediately. And that is GoPro and GoMVP. And I think almost everybody on this call has done both, if not one or both. GoPro, you have 14 days. Okay, so 14 days, it's timed. You've got to remember that. I know a lot of you, or a lot of people so far have said, oh my gosh, I only have 2 more days. Say, hey, GoPro, it is 14 days from the joining. So you have to be mindful of that. You have to watch those timers. Everything in the cloud is timed. You have a weekly time ticker that's Sunday to Sunday. Like tonight, we have 3 hours left. It'll say 3 hours or something like that. That's weekly. Okay, then you have a monthly. The monthly goes from the beginning to the end of the month, and then it starts over. So on the 30th or 31st, when you hit that first at midnight, your back office goes to 0 and you're back starting over in your volume. It doesn't start over your GoPro and MVP. Okay, those are 14 and 30 days, so don't get those confused. And I'll show you on the rewards in just a minute. But your first task is to get to GoPro. That is such a doable reward, and it's $250 above all your other sales and commissions. So that's just a $250 on top of your other earnings. 2 customers that each order $100 in volume. That's a 30-day. So the 30-day supplies are 100 in volume. Max, the 20-day, is only 80. So be aware of that. Take note. You need 2 customers that get 100 in volume each, and then 1 promoter with experience pack, which is 600 in volume. You have 2 weeks to do that, okay? Side note, if we have a sale and we have a discount on the experience pack, the BV is also discounted, which surprised and shocked a lot of people because they thought they had their promoter with experience pack and it was only like $480 in volume. Typically it's $600 if there's no sale on it, okay? So if you got a promoter over the Thanksgiving holiday, you did not get the full $600. So you're gonna have to get more volume if you're shooting for the GoPro. And I just want to throw that out there. But typically it's 1 promoter that buys an experience pack because it's 600 in volume. You can get it any way you can. So if you have 2 people that each come in with a family pack, the family pack is 300 in volume. Okay, so you have to get 2 people with the family pack to get the 600 in volume. You could get 6 people that all bought a 30-day. That would be 600 in volume. So you can get it however you can get it. You just have to have 600 in promoter volume. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. And the 200, same thing. As long as you have 200 in customer volume with 2 customers, then you're GoPro. If you hit GoPro within the 14 days, it's $250. When you log into your cloud and you click rewards on the top, you have a GoPro box. Everything in there, all the information that you need to know about GoPro is in that box. And I will show you that in a minute. It's all green is the goal. You want to get every task green in that GoPro box. If it's gold, you know that you still have that task to meet, okay? Same with MVP. MVP, you have 30 days, okay? 30 full days. If you miss GoPro for any reason, you can still hit MVP. Okay, so you don't lose out if you miss. If you just go over your 14 days, you don't happen to get the GoPro, that's okay. You can still earn MVP. MVP is 4 customers total with $100 in volume. So it's 400 in customer volume and 2 promoters with experience pack. So 1,200 in promoter volume. Again, you can get that however you can get it, but it's 1,200 in promoter volume, 400 in customer volume for MVP. MVP is $500 bonus. So that is a really attainable bonus, and that's something that you really want to shoot for because that's going to give you an extra $750 on your paycheck. And that's a nice paycheck during the week. Okay? So those are the first things that you want to do. Those are also super duplicatable, and you want to bring in, when you go pro, you want to get your person in there, and their task is to hit GoPro. As soon as you hit MVP, same thing. You want to get your 2 promoters to GoPro, and then you want them to hit MVP. You just continue duplicating that over and over and over and over and over. All the time, consistently. Going pro, going MVP. Getting to your people to go pro, getting your people to MVP. After a little bit, once you bring in 5 personals, you have to sign 5 personal level 1s. Once you have 5 personals get to MVP, you hit All-Star, and that is a $1,000 bonus. And that is when real leadership you step into some real leadership. You've now helped 5 people achieve MVP. That's a big deal. That's $1,000. Okay? So every time you do, when you hit that, you get a $50 MVP bonus for each person that goes MVP. So that's another just added way you can make money. So really simple tasks, and you just duplicate them over and over and over. So as soon as you have a promoter underneath you, you want to get them to GoPro, get them to MVP. How do you do that? Zooms and 3-ways. Those are the two things that are going to get you customers and get you promoters. I was just having a conversation with someone, and they're like, I'm so frustrated. I can't get anybody to join. I have tons of customers. I have all these customers, and I have no promoters. I said, you've not gotten into one 3-way conversation or on one Zoom since you started. That is why you don't have a promoter. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I'm the type of person that I'm just going to tell you how it is. If you want to be successful, I'm going to show you. But if you're not willing to do the activity, then you can't complain, right? So I'm not a hand holder. I don't baby people. I'll be your biggest cheerleader and your biggest fan, and I will equip you in every way possible, but I can't do the tasks for you, right? So you have to be committed to do the activity that yields results. And 3-ways and Zooms are what are getting people to GoPro and Go MVP. The people that you see every day, adding people into our team page, welcoming people, they're on every Zoom. They've talked to hundreds of people. They're talking to multiple people every single day. It's the law of numbers. If you want to sign one promoter, let's say your goal this week is to sign one person to your team. Do you realize how many people you have to talk to get one person to join your team? A lot. Probably a minimum of 30. So if you're sitting there right now and thinking, oh crap, I've only talked to like 2 people this week about Prove It. Probably not going to happen for you. I wish it did. Sometimes you're going to get lucky. Sometimes you're just going to talk to that one person and they're going to join. But realistically, this business is the law of numbers. You have to talk to a lot of people before you're going to get one person to say yes. So if your goal is to go MVP, you have got to be talking to a lot of people during the week. As much as possible. You have to get as many people as you can onto a Zoom or in front of the campfire video. That's just the way it works. I wish it was like I was talking to 2 people every day and they're all signing. Like, I'm not that good, I promise you. If I sign someone, it's because I've talked to like 50 people that week. So I want you to know realistically that the people are moving up. You guys are doing some ridiculous things in this team. But I can promise you the ones that are working for it. Like, it's not magic. It's not something that they're like, oh, everybody's joining me because I'm awesome. No, it's that they're busting their butt. They're spending night and day working the business, getting people in conversations, talking about the campfire video, getting onto 3-ways, inviting to a Zoom. Last night we did a Zoom. We had 50 people maxed out. We could not even get more people on. Promoters couldn't even get on because there were so many guests. That yields results. That's going to get you customers and promoters. That's why I want you to do it. I promise you. It's not for me to fill up a seat. It's not for me to say, yay, we had 50 people on. It's because I really want to see you guys go pro and go MVP, because the sole fact that if you do, I know that if you can win your first month, if you make a decent paycheck and you can earn a little bit of money in your first month, you will stay with this. You will see the potential. And you will say, man, I made $1,000 my first week or 2. Like, I can totally do this. Like, I can, if I put like an hour into this every day and, maybe 2 hours on the weekend, in a month from now, I could really be making some serious money, right? So if you're winning, you're going to continue. And so that's why we want you to win. We want you to get those bonuses. We want you to get that paycheck. That's why we really, really, really want people to come in on the experience pack. It's not because we make 40% off that our first 30 days. It's not because we make 20% if we're over our 30 days. It's because we know what it's going to bring you. It's going to bring you probably a $1,500 paycheck your first week. Most people don't make that in a month in network marketing, and y'all are making it in a week. So that's why we want you to get in and come in with the experience pack. And that's why we really, really try to get people to come in with the experience pack, because it's going to benefit them the most. It's going to bring them the most money, and it's going to make them feel confident and bring them the win, and it's going to get them excited, and they're going to continue. Okay. So it's not for selfish reasons. I can promise you that. So once you get started with that, and I'm not reading these chats, so if you can butt in or, stop me at any time if I need to go over anything. So Daily activity, like what you need to be doing. There's a few things if you're brand new, I want you just to run down and make sure you've done. Number one is to download the Pruvit Pulse app, okay? Android and iPhone, either one. You can download it on your phone. I can tell you that it's not 100%. Sometimes it's annoying. Sometimes you have to log in, log out for it to update. They're working on the app. Remember, this is a brand new company, a baby, tiny infant company that's 14 months old. So we're still going through the motions of working some stuff out. But it's exciting, the technology that they have for being so young and so new. So the Pulse app is going to send you alerts. So if you get a new customer, if one of your promoters goes pro, if we have a corporate phone call, if Michael sends a huddle call notice, hey, we have a call at 10 o'clock tonight, here's the number, here's the dial-in. It's your lifeline to corporate and to Michael and Natalie, okay? Soon, Amanda and Chad and I will have our access so we can send you alerts from ours. So if we do a Zoom, we can send an alert on the Pulse app that tells you, hey, we're having a Zoom, okay? So soon, we're going to be able to utilize that. All champs will be able to utilize the Pulse app for their team. So that's going to be huge. So make sure that you have the Pulse app. Make sure that you are logging into the huddle call. We have a huddle call Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern. Every single Monday through Friday at noon, Michael does a huddle call. Okay, he takes 30 minutes to 45 minutes out of his day, Monday through Friday, to bring us information and to train and support and encourage us. He's huge on getting on these calls. Like, it means a lot to him to have the team on those calls. So if you have the chance or the ability to get on those huddle calls at noon, please get on those. If you can't, they're recorded and they're uploaded to SoundCloud. So you need to make sure you have the SoundCloud app or have it on your computer. And Michael's account is Keto123. Okay, so any calls that are recorded, anything that's on there that is worth listening to, he has that on his Keto123 account. Also, Facebook, Pruvit Facebook page. It's /JustPruvit. Make sure you like that page and you are interacting on that page every single day. Like in the morning, just get in the habit of getting on Facebook and going to the page and liking and commenting on the first few things. Brian is huge about interaction on the corporate page. Remember, we're a brand new company. No one knows about us yet. It's only 14 months old. There's not very many people. There's only like 65, maybe 63,000 people that have liked the corporate page. They're trying to build that so people can know and learn about Pruvit. So you can suggest that page to your friends. You can share that page. His goal is that if strangers, non-promoters, and non-keto users are going to that Pruvit page, if there's no comments and no likes and no interaction, how does that look? Not very good, right? We want people to interact and like stuff and get involved in the page. So when guests come to that page, they're like, wow, this is a really cool page. There's tons of information. There's tons of testimonies. So make sure you just set that as like a daily routine. Get up and go say something on the Facebook page on Pruvit. Like it or comment or share it or something like that. It's great to just get on because it reminds you too of calls, the Monday night call, the Tuesday night call. There's corporate calls a couple nights a week. Make sure you're getting on those. I think it's the Tuesday night call that's mainly for guests, and like Monday's like the business update kind of thing. So get on those calls. They're really good. If you miss it afterwards, like probably like an hour after, you can still go to it, and in the little fine print, you can click on that last link and it brings you to the recording so you can listen to it. What else? Right away. Okay, so make sure, I know that the Wests have their team page, and that's awesome because they have a huge team and they're growing like wildfire. But make sure that everyone on this team is in the Biohackers page, which is my page. Any kind of corporate information, any kind of recognition, training, contests are going to be in that page. So I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. If you're not friends with me on Facebook, you can friend request me. I've tried to keep up with that too, but it's difficult. So if you guys friend request me, it's easier. So make sure that we're friends. Make sure you're in that page. We don't really talk about the team page outside of the team page because it's really something that's kind of just, for us to keep our teams together. company-wide, they don't do team pages. A few people do, but they kind of frown upon it. Only because they're worried about compliance issues. So that's why I don't say Prove It as my title. We don't use it as like a Prove It page. It's just for me, for my own sanity, to be able to keep track of people and get to know everyone and such. So we don't really talk about that outside of that page, just FYI. What else? Engaging and being involved. So I kind of went over this earlier, but make sure that you are engaging in the team page. Some people that are new go into the team page and they'll say, hey, can somebody come and comment on my post about so-and-so so I can get some activity? It's good to help each other out. So if you guys are friends or if their accounts on public, you can go and kind of drop your testimony if they're asking for a testimony. Or if someone's talking about back pain and you have a testimony, go over and comment and say, how you're feeling. Or if someone says, hey, what's your favorite flavor or recipe? Interact with your team. When you do that on Facebook, it keeps that post up on that person's page so people can see it. And so other people will do that for you too. So make sure that you're interacting on that team page and getting involved. Plus it helps to build relationships within the team. I think it's really important that everybody has kind of like a running buddy. I know Keaton and Stacy knew each other. They're friends outside of Prove It, but they're kind of teaming up and they're able to kind of play off each other's strengths and use each other to help create some excitement and buzz. And it's always good to have that accountability partner, someone you can kind of, bounce ideas off of or say, hey, have you invited anybody to the Zoom? And if you haven't, they're going to be like, come on, you need to, go get 2 people. I think I was telling Amanda this last week, but Michael said to me one time, he said, if everyone acts as if they were going to get $10,000 a piece for every participant they brought to a Zoom, how many people do you think you can get to a Zoom? Like if I told you, okay, I'm going to pay you $10,000 for every person you bring to tonight's Zoom, do you think you could bring a lot of people to the Zoom? Probably, right? You have to have that same idea and same desire and same commitment level to bring people to the Zooms. You may not technically get $10,000, but next year it might be $10,000 because you brought those people to a Zoom. People turn into success. People bring money and people bring testimonies, which is what this business is all about. So the more you invite to Zooms and getting on 3-ways, the better. So just kind of think about it that way and always have that hunger to get out there and make sure that you're personally inviting people to the Zoom. We don't post the links publicly, and that's because everybody in the whole company would be on our Zooms if we did. So we kind of can't do that. But if you can talk about it on your page, you can say, hey, we're doing Zooms at this time, and if you want a private invite, let me know. Talk those things up. Get people excited. When someone says, I only have 50 seats, the first 50 people in the Zoom are going to get, we're going to do a giveaway for a free 5-day. That makes people think, okay, there was only 50. They're going to get 50 people. Like, that has to be something exciting and something cool. Like, I want a part of that. So they'll come on the Zoom just to check it out, right? And then they get in and they hear all about the product and the business, and they're like, wow, that's awesome, It did fill up fast last night. I upgraded my Zoom, so now we have 100, so we're good. If we get 100 people on a Zoom, I'll pass out. So we're good right now at 50. But we're good for 100, so you can invite. Last night, we couldn't even get promoters on. People were like, I can't even get in. My team's on, or my friends are on, and I can't get on. I was like, I'm sorry. But it's exciting to see that many people. It's exciting to see guests on that are hungry for better health or better finances. And I know, my network, we could use money and we could use better health. Like, a lot of people that I know are in a situation where they're either, stressed out over bills and not having enough money, or they're stressed out because they're suffering with some kind of sickness or just being tired. People don't really think about that. But when you're tired all the time, if you have chronic fatigue, that sucks. I mean, you really, it picks apart things in your life where you can't play with your kids. You can't, stay up and hang out with your friends. You can't do stuff because you're tired all the time. So little things to someone are huge things to other people. So bringing people on a Zoom and talking about how 50 of us are not tired anymore, that could be encouraging to someone. So just, think about that. I'm going to do some screen sharing, if that's okay. I'm going to show y'all a little bit about the cloud, because I know some of you are new to this kind of business, and so you may not know or have experience with back offices. So I can tell you that This back office is super simple. It seems like it's a bit complicated, but I've seen some that are totally ridiculous, so we're lucky. And it's a really advanced software, to be honest, like way beyond what I've ever seen. It holds a lot of information, and you can do a lot of things with it. Okay, so this is your homepage of the cloud. This is where you're going to look at everything that you need to advance. It's going to show you your volume. It's going to show you a snapshot of what you're doing. It's going to show you a snapshot of what your customers are ordering and what your team is doing, okay? So this is your homepage. This is just statistics. It's going to show you like initial orders, reorders, and Smart Ship, okay? You can kind of check that out. Over here is your Snapchat. It's just going to tell you like when you started, your wallet, your Prove It bucks, and how many customers you have and how many promoters. So this month I have 37 customers and 22 promoters. It says my referrer is Casey. So if you know, this is where you're going to find who your upline is. I'm sure you already know. Smart Ship. You do not have to have a Smart Ship. I think, why wouldn't you? You're using the product. It's easy, so you don't have to go in and reorder all the time. And if you keep your Smart Ship on, once you hit a certain level, you get daily pay. So you can pull out 80% of your check if you want to every day, if you needed it for some reason. So if you qualify for daily pay, you have to have a Smart Ship run at least once and be a certain level and volume. I can't remember. I have to look. The share is super awesome. This is I don't use Twitter, but if you do use Twitter, you can share on Twitter. But Facebook, you're going to have all 4 websites, right? They give you 4 websites for free. Like, it's crazy. Your Prove It Now site is your main site. That's going to have the most information. So that's going to have testimonials. That's going to have your resource tab, your facts. It's going to have the science behind it. You can watch Dr. Andy videos. You can do a whole lot of stuff on the Prove It Now page. They can order and they can join as a promoter. So that's like your big main page. Experience Keto is something that you want to share a lot too, because that's your sample request and it's your personal campfire video. So you want to be sharing this at least once a day. They're going to be able to watch the campfire video and email or text you for samples. They can request a sample or go to your website and order. So that's a huge site, so you want to utilize that. Drink Your Sample, same thing. Shop Keto is a very simplistic way to order. So if you have someone that's not tech savvy, maybe they're older and they don't do the internet all that much and they don't really want to do all that fancy graphic stuff, send them to the Shop Keto. It's so basic, they'll be done in like 5 minutes. So I share that one too every once in a while. And if I know I have someone who is very not computer friendly, I do the Shop Keto. Activity here, some people get confused by this because it says so-and-so has joined your Prove It community. That doesn't mean necessarily that that's a promoter. So if you have a customer order, they've joined your community as well. So here is just going to say, if you have someone order or if you have someone join as a promoter, it's going to say it here. Over here in messages is from corporate. So like it says about the holiday shipping and all of those things. Registering for Epic is on here. This downloads, if you haven't done this already, I highly recommend this. You can save each of these to your computer. These are excellent information. This has so much information that's very, very beneficial. I would take the time to read each of these. I mean, don't do it all in one day. Take 1 or 2, and learn. But it has the biohacker's guide. It talks about the native state. It talks about how to present the business. It has the rewards plan for someone who's like a numbers person that wants to see the compensation plan. It's in here. So there's a lot of really, really good do's and don'ts, recipes, Prove It bucks. So many awesome tools here. So download those, save them to your computer, and read them at some point because there is very, very great, great information in there. Okay. If you want to go to your FAQ and you want to go quick, if you come up to your top where your photo is and you left click it, browse your FAQ. You can click right to it. It's going to bring you to the help desk. Ask a question to the specialist. That's where you do it, right from your website, okay? So that's a good place to, if you want to know something. Everybody asks every day, what about ketoacidosis? Boom, you're going to go to the help desk, put diabetes in. It's going to bring the 2 answers up about diabetes. There's 2 great answers. It's the only thing you need to know about diabetes. It explains it in detail. It explains a very quick explanation that this is not Ketosis is not ketoacidosis. They're two completely, totally separate things. And it explains it in like kindergarten way that people will understand. So it's two things on the facts that cover diabetes, and then it kind of shuts people up so they don't have to, argue with you or see any of that stuff. I get that. That's probably the biggest thing I get is the ketoacidosis thing or the diabetes thing. So you can get those two answers on your FAQ and be done. Okay, the thing that you're going to use the most is rewards. Your rewards tab, you should be going to your rewards tab every single day, multiple times a day. So if you click rewards, it's going to come down here and it's going to show you really every single thing that you need to know. It's going to say current period ends in, okay? At nighttime, I can tell you that sometimes on the last day of the month, in the last few hours of the week, they do an update. So it gets crazy. Like the timers will change, the things will disappear. Don't freak out. It happens. It has happened for 11 weeks since I've been here. It always happens on the last day of the month, in the last Sunday of the week. So don't disregard anything crazy. But here it shows how many days and hours and minutes are left in the week. Okay. It shows your current rank and your promotion rank. If you came in with an experience pack, you're going to get paid as a rank 5. And then it's your achieved rank, so rank 7. Okay. You can play around with these rank requirements. So if say you're pushing for rank 6, you're like, man, I really wanted to know what I need for Champ 6. You can manipulate it so you can put Champ 6 and it's going to show you exactly what you need to hit Champ 6. Okay. Personal qualifying volume. You have to have $200 in sales or purchases. Okay. So I've already hit that. So it's green. That means I've nailed it. I don't have to worry about that because it's green. That means I've already accomplished it. Team volume. You have to have 1,500 in team volume. See how it's gold? That means I haven't achieved it yet. If I hover over the gold, it tells me I have 8420 in volume towards that 1,500. So I know I still have a little bit of ways to go to get my team volume for the month. It's only the 4th, so we're doing pretty darn good. Okay, group volume. $30,000 is Champion 6. So $30,000 in group volume. I have achieved 37% of that already. Guys, it's day 4 into the month, right? It's insane. So it's going to tell me that I've achieved $11,220 in volume for the month on the 4th. Insane. So I know that I have to get these 2 middle tasks all the way to green if I want to hit Champ 6. And you can play around that. You can go, okay, I want to be a Prover 3. What do I need to be a Prover 3? Same thing. Personal qualifying volume, 50. It's green, so I already have that. Team volume, 2,500. I have that. Group volume, 5,000. I have that. So if I have all the green, guess what that means? I've got the R3 Prover. So you can manipulate this and play around and see what you need for each rank, okay? So do that because it'll help you learn. Okay, so if you come down a little bit farther, this is weekly bonuses. This is weekly, okay? That's all right. This is the month, and this is weekly. It's going to say your next box is weekly. So if you come over here, and mine's going to look different, so bear with me because it's not, it changes when you hit Champion. So I qualify for daily pay. So for today, for this week, I have $638 I've earned plus my daily pay. So daily pay is down here. And so you go down here and I've earned this plus all this. So this is my total and you're going to add your MVP mentor bonuses. Crazy. So you can see as a Champ 6, Champ 7, you're making quite a bit during the week. It's awesome. Okay. But here, GoPro. So yours is going to be different if you haven't achieved it, okay? But it's going to say the exact same thing. So if you want to know what you need or how you're looking for GoPro, you're going to go to the GoPro box and you're going to click this little arrow, okay? It's going to show you exactly what you need, and it's going to be green if you've achieved it, and it's going to be gold if you haven't. It's going to tell you you need 50 in qualifying QV. You have 14 days to do it. It's going to tell you when it expires, when you started and when it expires. It's going to be personally enrolled customers. You need 180, okay? Then it's going to be personally enrolled promoters. You need 600, and you have 14 days to do it. Mine looks a little different, but if you have not achieved this yet and you click more info, it's going to show you who is getting you there. So it'll say like, you've got one promoter, and it's going to show you how much you get for that promoter. One customer, it's going to show you how much you get for that customer. Here, because I've already achieved it, it tells me I've hit my 250 and I got my $100 in Prove It Bucks. Okay, and I've unlocked double, 2, and 3 Go Fast bonuses. Unlocked 4s, my level 4s, I get 5% of my level 4s. Okay, this is in the compensation plan. This is those little things that you really don't need to know, but if you want to know, they're literally right here. It'll tell you what you've unlocked as you hit it, okay? Same for GoPro. Same for MVP, sorry. You're gonna go down. My computer is a little slow, sorry. You're gonna go down to the MVP box. If you wanna know what you're doing, click it. Same thing, if you see any gold lines, hover over that gold line and find out what you don't have. If you're not sure when you're done, when your timer's done, look right here. It's gonna tell you, it's gonna say it expires this date. So you know that only gives you, okay, 6 days left, or 2 days left, or 13 days left, whatever. It's gonna have 30 full days for you to hit that. And it shows you the customer volume and the promoter volume that you need. So you never have to guess, which is what I love. You don't have to guess. You don't have to be like, oh, did I get a customer? It's right here all the time in black and white, and it's green if you've got it, and it's orange or gold or yellow, however you see it, if you don't. So you know, always know you can come to these boxes and figure out what you need to hit your next bonus, which I love. All-Star bonus is having 5 personal level 1s hit MVP. Okay, so that's obviously going to take a little bit of time. You have to develop some leadership and helping 5 people get to MVP. That's $1,000 once you do. And again, it unlocks some really cool stuff. So once you have that, you're going to be able to look down here and say, okay, what does it unlock? It unlocks level 4 through 8 MVP mentor bonuses. So every time someone goes MVP on my levels all the way to 8, I get $50. That's flipping awesome, right? So generous compensation plan. So the rewards tab is going to be like your favorite tab. It's going to show you everything you want, everything you're shooting for, and everything you want to do. So remember, your monthly is first. Go down until your weekly. If yours is going to say without the daily pay there, it's going to say estimated grand total. That's what you've made during the week. So it always goes up all week long, and it's going to show you what you're looking to make this week. You are going to add in these bonuses on top of that in between. So it's a little bit more if you hit these bonuses. And your Go Fast is all the Fast Start bonuses if you've come in on an experience pack. If you did not come in on an experience pack, you will not see the Go Fast, okay? Because you don't earn those Go Fast bonuses. Same with monthly. This is your monthly. It's going to tell you how many Prove It Bucks you've earned and what your monthly is, your residuals are. So typically, your monthly paycheck is going to be really small in the beginning because you're just getting customers. You're just establishing residual income. Residual income is the income that takes time to build, but it consistently builds with all your customers and all your promoter purchases. So the more you grow your business and the more your team's growing, your monthly check is going to be huge. My monthly check is going to be like $4,000 this month. And it's been 10 or 11 weeks. So that's how fast, yeah. So don't be discouraged, like, because my first monthly check was probably like 100. So I want you to know, like, realistically, like, it moves super fast in this business. So I think I started out with like $100 on a month or $200 or something like that, 500, and it quickly grew to like $3 or $4 grand. And Prove It Bucks. I use Prove It Bucks all the time. Like, I don't store mine. As soon as I get Prove It Bucks, I use them. I flip them because I need samples all the time. So it's a great way to use your Prove It Bucks is to buy product. Right now, you can only buy orange, and that's only because the system is written that way. Soon, they're going to rewrite the system so you'll be able to purchase whatever you want. But for now, we can only order orange. So that's kind of what it is. All the stuff you'll get eventually. This is just like the ownership pools. Sorry. Sorry, my daughter just walked in the door. My dogs are barking. So that is the cloud. And no is probably like foreign language to some people. It looks like totally confusing, but I swear once you get used to it, and the more you see back there, like when you start to see the GoPro bonuses, when you start to see that monthly ticker go down, you're going to learn, the more and more that you grow the business and have the new customers and have new promoters, it makes sense. You're going to realize, okay, if I came in with an experience pack, I'm getting 40% my first 30 days. So that means I'm going to get $240 for everyone that joins with an experience pack. So that's going to make sense because you're going to see 240, 240, 240, 240. That adds up really quick, right? And even if you're out of your first 30 days, it's 120, which isn't bad. Every time someone joins, that's your weekly pay. So if you're putting on 2, 3, 4 people a week, that's a nice weekly paycheck, especially your first 30 days because you have the Go Fast. That's a lot of money. I mean, you literally can make $1,500 or more in your first week if you hit those Go Fasts. So it's really, that's why we really encourage the experience pack, just because you can make so much money very quickly into your business and launch it really fast. The cloud, like I said, the cloud updates, it's not like instantaneously, but it's pretty close to it. So if you can't find something immediately, like if you think, oh gosh, I just got a customer, I don't see her BV, give it a little bit. Log out sometimes, log back in. Sometimes that's all it takes. But it's pretty fast to update. What else? What else am I missing, Amanda?
I know we're running a little short on time here because we've got the next Zoom coming up, but just compliance really quick. I know we've covered this in a couple other Zooms, but I wanted to make sure that everybody's all on the same page just because we've got so many people on here.
Yes, absolutely. So we are really, really blessed in the fact that we are able to say a lot, share a lot, and do a lot that other companies can't do. But the only reason we're able to do that is because there's so much science and medical documentation around ketones, exogenous ketones, the ketogenic diet, and the lifestyle. It's not necessarily around Keto OS, okay? So we can share articles about the ketogenic lifestyle, the benefits, Keto Starves Cancer, TED Talks by Dr. Dominique D'Agostino, things like that are awesome. What we're not gonna do is say Keto OS cured my fibromyalgia, or Keto OS is shrinking cancerous tumors. I mean, common sense we need to apply, which sometimes some people lack, not to be mean. Some people think, oh, you can say whatever I want. No, you can't. Hey, you can't say whatever you want. You have to be careful. We can say a lot based on the documentation on the ketones and ketosis and all of those things. But as far as Keto OS, you have to be careful and just common sense. Also, super important that we are always 100% above board honest, transparent, and we never exaggerate anything. I've seen it in network marketing for 5 years. People do it all the time. They're dishonest or they totally exaggerate, and people can see through that in a second, okay? If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. That's what most people think, right? So we have to always make sure when we're sharing a testimony that it's a legitimate testimony. If we have a written testimony that has a picture attached to it, they need to be the same. You can't use any picture and then put somebody else's testimony on that picture. Even though you're trying to make a point, I might know that. I might know it because I know you or know the situation, but other people won't know that. And they'll see that picture somewhere else with a different testimony and they'll think it's bullshit. Sorry, excuse my language, but that's just how it is. So we've got to make sure that all the testimonies that we post and we talk about are legitimate, and we don't exaggerate because we don't need to, right? The benefits of this stuff is amazing. The testimonies are off the chain. So we have, we're really set on that. If you've lost 6 pounds in a week, awesome. You can share that. But don't say you've lost 16 pounds in a week, right? We just want to be real and transparent. It's awesome. There's no contest. It's not like who can lose the most weight the fastest or whatever. It's just, we want to be open, honest, and transparent, and just make sure that we're sharing stuff that's legit. And my advice to you, and this is something that means a lot to me because I do value this product. I did not get into this because of fat loss or weight loss or anything like that. This product means a lot to me personally because of my husband and watching him deal with chronic pain for 18 months, taking narcotics for 18 months. Just, it's been a rough 18 months. So to have something like this come into our lives and have the validation that it has and seeing the results for my husband means the world to me. So I do not ever lead this product with weight loss because it is not a weight loss product. A lot of people are confused and they assume it is a weight loss product or they market it like a weight loss product. If you're one of those people, I want you to know tonight, this is not a weight loss product at all, okay? At all. It is not a diet. This is exogenous ketones that put your body into ketosis within an hour. That's what it is. Full stop, okay? Fat loss is a side effect of being in ketosis and eating less calories, okay? So if you're taking in ketones and your body's running on fuel and you're not hungry, your appetite's suppressed, your caloric intake is different. Okay, that's part of the weight loss, excuse me, and being into ketosis and burning stored body fat is part of the fat loss, but it is not a weight loss product. So I personally will not ever lead with that. And I think that when you lead with that, you could miss out on so many other people in your network because they think it's a weight loss product and they don't need to lose weight. They're not, that's not their goal, or they're so turned off by all the gimmicks that are out there for weight loss that that's the last thing they want to see. So I, just out of experience in my business and being in the business for this long, I would not lead with that. If you have an awesome weight loss testimony, if you're burning fat like it's going out of style and you're not eating and you're dropping pounds, that is awesome and you should totally share it. But don't forget all the other benefits. And make sure that you're giving your customers a correct and accurate expectations of this product. Not everyone is going to lose weight immediately. Not everyone is going to be in the fat burning process immediately into ketosis. It's not happening for everyone. It will eventually happen the more ketones they take and the more their body is running on fuel. Ketone fuel, they will begin to burn fat and lose weight if they need to, but it's not going to happen instantaneously for everyone. So just be careful about leading with that. Share it, absolutely. If that's your thing and that's what's happening for you, we want you to share it because there's someone else that has been stuck in a plateau just like you have, or been frustrated with their weight just like you have. Like my best friend I brought into this company, 6 years, not 1 pound. She could not lose weight. I mean, no matter what she did, she was under doctor's care, diet, nothing. 10 days on this product, 10 pounds, 10 inches, she was blown away. So yes, it happens, and share those. Just be careful not to miss out on all the other benefits, and never claim it as a weight loss product because it simply is not. Cover it? Awesome. You guys are awesome. We're going to do a Zoom here in a minute, so I got a jet, but you guys really, I'm super proud of you. You guys are doing incredible. You have awesome leaders. Amanda and Chad have just blown me away with their just willingness and their excitement about the product and how they lead, and I know that you guys are just following their lead and you're doing the things that they've been duplicating, and that's the key. So if you guys can keep doing that, you guys will pull another Chance 6 or 2 out of this group this month or next. Seriously. I mean, the way that y'all are going, I mean, I can definitely see, Stacey and Keaton, they're right up, they're right in momentum to hit Chance 6. Candy and David are right there to hit Chance 6. So you guys keep following that lead and continuing to get people on Zoom in front of that campfire video, and you guys are going to see some really awesome things happening within the team.
I think we've got about 6 people that I honestly think could do it within the next month or so.
And that's, off the team. Yeah, seriously, they're doing things in this business, and we're doing things in this business that just I have never seen. I haven't even heard of, So be proud of that. We're doing some really awesome things. So I hope you guys enjoyed and got some stuff from tonight. If you have questions, get back with Chad or Amanda, ask, and we'll get them answered. We want you to be super, super successful. So however we can assist you on that, we will do. All right. You guys have an awesome night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thanks.